Hello everyone, and welcome to this video on how to use Google Drive and how to also use that Google Drive in your classroom. So right now I'm actually in my Chrome browser, but you don't have to be in a Chrome browser to access Google Drive. And if you just go to google.com, which I am at right now, google.com, and if you're not signed in, there'll be a sign in icon right here. But I'm signed in, so you sign into your account. Now, I have multiple Google accounts, so right now I'm signed into my Clarence account, but you can also sign into your personal Gmail account if you're maybe using a personal account and also a work account, so you can kind of toggle back and forth between those accounts. You can also always add an account here if you have multiple accounts for different purposes, so then you can always access them easily just by switching over, okay? So how to get to Google Drive. Now, this is officially known as the waffle icon right here. This looks like a waffle. If I click on that waffle icon, I have various apps here. Now, I don't know if you knew this, but you can actually move these around and organize them the way you want them to be. If you scroll down, you have more apps and so forth. But here we are. We're going to focus today on Google Drive. So here we are. So this goes to your Google Drive account. And what's really nice, at the top of the screen, you can already start doing some searching. And you can search for a file. You can also search PDFs and text documents and spreadsheets, and you can have a lot of different search tools here for you, which is really nice. If you really want to organize and if you want to sort of refine your search. And if you go into here, this little caret, this little drop down, that will take you into even more of an advanced search options. So you can actually limit you want to different file types, even folders. You could then, anyone, the owner of a document, specific people, the location, where it might be. So you could really do some really advanced searching if you really want to find a particular file in Google Drive. Okay, so that's really one way to actually do it, which is really nice. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. Here are your most recent files that you accessed. And then here, if we scroll up, you have your various folders that are here for you, which is really kind of nice. Now, I already have a lot of folders, as you can see, but you might not have any folders. And we're going to look at how do you, make a folder and how do you add files to folders. Okay, so it's kind of like your basic setup of your screen of Google Drive. Now, let's look on the left-hand side first. This is my drive. If I click on a little caret here, if I bring it down, it will then also list all these folders right here in Drive, which we'll talk about organizing. You can actually now start dragging and dropping into these various folders if you really wanted to. And you can certainly open up individual folders like I did right now and look for folders within folders and so forth. Okay, so you can do all of that. Just like you might do with a Mac or a Windows file structure. Same idea. We're going to talk about what team drives are when we get to the sharing section of this course, okay? But the same thing with the shared with me. And this is like your recent files. If you are using Google Photos, you can also access those Google Photos right here through your Google Drive. And Start with Me is kind of nice because you actually can star certain files, which I'll get to in a second, or even star folders, and then you could access them really quickly. This is like the list you really want to get to without having to look through anything. And there are certainly your trash. Okay, so if we go to the right-hand side, you can now, if I can just go back to my main drive, let's get this a little more, consistent here. Go back to my main drive. All right, now I can also then list my files in a grid pattern rather than just in show some photos of vacations and so forth, and some of our files that we have here, right, which are really nice, okay, which is really good. Now this is also an info button, okay, which will also then view the details, recent activity in your files. Now right now I know I have some students working on some Google Drives, and it shows you what time they've worked on a document. If you shared any document with a student, even if it's through Google Classroom, which is a little bit beyond what we're doing right here, you'll get activity of who's working on what and when they've worked on it, which is really kind of nice, okay? You also have the details of various things that are in your folder. So if I just go to a Google Doc right now, there's my folder, okay? It listed the details of the folder right now, what's going on in that folder. I can edit the description of the folder right here. Okay, and then it'll also show me the activity in that particular folder as well. So no matter what folder you pick in your drive, I'll pick like AP World, I haven't been in that one in a while, and activity, these are some of my colleagues that are working with me, and it would show you what they're doing in that particular Google Drive folder, and the details of the folder itself, and it also tells you all the people, I'm the owner of the folder, and all of the people that this folder is shared with, and it even gives you a shareable link from that folder right here, which is really nice. And then you can edit the description of the folder as well. So you can click on activity for folders or even for files. Okay, so maybe I'll open up a file, and we're going to look at all this different stuff when we get into it. These are different student projects. Let me get out of there for a second. Okay, and I'll open up a file. Okay, I made this graphic organizer, okay, for my students. So now I clicked on that particular Google Doc, and now it shows me all the details of that Google Doc, when I made that Google Doc, who created that Google Doc. I did. And then if I look at activity, it shows you sort of my brief history of how I did that with that particular Google Doc. So that's kind of how you navigate some of the aspects that are in your folder. Okay. Now if I go to settings, it gives you your settings overall issues. It shows you your storage capacity, things like that. I think notifications is important, when you want to be notified about a change to a folder, a change to a file. And you could sort of turn this on and off, how much notifications you want to appear, how your Google Drive is being accessed. And then this is a little more advanced, any other additional apps that you're using that you've given access to your Google Drive. You can manage that, check on that, especially if you're using like your phone and so forth to access Google Drive, things of that nature, then you are all set. Okay, so that's basically the main overview of how to access Google Drive from the web, at least, in terms of its overall look and appearance. Okay. In addition to this video, I'll also look at the video of adding Filestream to your Windows or to your Mac machine, because that will also make it easier for you to actually access Drive in more of the Windows file structure or the Mac file structure. So just for example, if I go to Filestream right here, I'm actually in my traditional PC sort of view of a file structure. And now I can go to my Drive and I can get all those folders that you saw on the web version right here as well. And then you can manipulate files like you would in any other Windows setting or a Mac setting if I was on a Mac right now. But there's another video that goes into this in more detail. Okay? All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. All right, take care. Bye-bye.